We'll be live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. In the meantime, for all of the people in the Zoom room here, please do us a favor, type in exactly where you're watching us from, and we're going to put a quick timer on, which is your opportunity to check and see if your guests are live with us as we speak. Welcome online, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the Zoom room live, but we're also live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. If you would like to follow along with closed captions in your language, you can do that in Zoom. And then after about 48 hours, the YouTube will play back with closed captions as well. With that in mind, today you're really blessed. You're going to be hearing from one of our diamonds who is originally from Hawaii and now based in Florida, which is Jean Grosso, and we'll be sharing today the updated presentation, including some of the newer products. So with that in mind, I'll hand you to Jean.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the call today. I'm really excited to be the presenter. This has been an exciting journey for me. I've been with the company almost 4.5 years, so we're going to get started right away. And who is Neumi? Well, I want to first by saying that the health and wellness industry is a $6.8 trillion industry, and we are the innovators. We are leading the forefront. We are at the forefront of the global market, revolutionizing health and wellness through our proprietary cutting-edge breakthrough technology, which is known as hydrostat molecular encapsulation delivery technology. So here's the problem that has been around since nutritional supplementation has arrived, which was in the 1800s, early 1900s, we had nutritional supplementation. So it's absorption. And the studies show that only 90% of oral supplementations are not fully absorbed in the body. That means only 10% is getting through the digestive process. This means that only a fraction can ever reach the cells where they're needed. And our solution is called Hydrostat. And this sets us apart in delivering the high quality products and absorption into the bloodstream in seconds and into the cell membrane without ever needing to pass the digestive system. So we have 3 unique differences that set us apart from everything else on the global market. And that includes, sorry about that. Okay, that includes liposomal, and that includes IV therapy. I just lost the slide. There we go. Okay, so the cell size is about 100 nanometers in diameter. So to be able to penetrate the cell, you have to reduce the particle size small enough so it can actually penetrate the human cell. So ours is produced, that's part of the technology, is reduced between under 10 nanometers. And why that's important is because it can also pass the blood-brain barrier. It needs to be under 20 nanometers to process that. Other forms, such as liposomal, even IV therapy, they're too large to get into the cell membrane. So by doing this process, it actually increases the surface area up to 200 times greater than if it was not nano-sized under 10 nanometers. And our hydrostat delivery technology is proprietary because the secret is in the water. This is restructured water that is purified 40% purer than the hospital IV water solutions. So that's what makes us and sets us apart from everything else on the market. We had an independent study done by Eurofins Scientific, which is the most prestigious lab in the world, over 60 countries, 63,000 employees, and they tested this, our glutathione redox activity. And this is the baseline redox against the other forms that are on the top forms that are on the global market. And as you can see, the results in redox activity, if it even got through the digestive tract and the bloodstream, ours is 2 times greater than every other form that we tested in 5 minutes. And then at the 10-minute marks, it's 4 times greater while everything else depleted. That's incredible science right there. So even the most skeptic science people, you can't deny this technology now. Now, this slide is showing the depleted cells. So they were intentionally depleted from all glutathione. And as you can see, in 5 minutes time, this is more than double the competitors and then 4 times greater. And this has never been seen in the history of humanity before. So let's start out by introducing our brand new 3 products that was just launched exactly 1 month ago in Barcelona, Spain at our 5-year anniversary. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is the energy, the new mist. Now, this is a really great capsule. This comes right out. You can put it in your purse. You can travel with this, and you only need to mist 3 times in your cheeks, under your tongue, in your throat. And this one has caffeine, which ignites the alertness and stamina. This is amazing right before a workout. L-theanine is an amino acid. This smooths the edge and sharpens the focus, and taurine powers the muscles and hydration. Now, this one is major for everyone in the family. Everyone should have this one. And this is called Immunity. And this has fucoidan, which is a brown seaweed derived from support for immune wellness. And I actually know all about fucoidan, so I suggest people look that up because that has a very powerful immune effect. Then we have zinc gluconate, is a central mineral for defense, and this one, arabinogalactin, primes the gut and the immune cells. And this one is probably my favorite, and I use this even during the day, not so much just right before bed, and I do it during the day. And this one, you just need 3 mists, and this only has 2 ingredients, myoinositol and magnesium citrate, and that relaxes muscles and calms the nervous system, balances mood, and supports restful sleep. So this is super powerful. Now that we have those 3, let's talk about the most complex superhero products, which is absolutely foundational for every single person that you know, and the power of the ingredient glutathione. Now, I don't know how much you know about glutathione, but it is the most important molecule known for cellular protection and detoxification. If you can only remember those 2 things, it has over 400 functions, and the top 3 are, it is the master antioxidant. It also recycles itself to increase the effectiveness of all your other vitamins and antioxidants, such as vitamin C and D, etc. I encourage every single person to go to pubmed.gov. Now, this is our international library or national library of Medicine, and there's over 205,000 peer-reviewed studies on glutathione alone. And you can put that in, you can check on ChatGPT, you can check on Google, and you're going to find that glutathione is critical to all functions in life. So here's what doctors have to say. Dr. Oz says it's the most powerful antioxidant that you have never heard of. It's one of the keys to fighting off the diseases that you fear the most. It's called glutathione. Now, write it down because it is critically important. And now, Dr. David Katz, he's the director of Yale University's Prevention Research Center, and he says if you're chronically run down, if you're chronically fatigued, if your body isn't firing on all cylinders, low glutathione may be part of it, both cause and effect. So now here's the problem with glutathione. It's such a fragile molecule. It gets destroyed in the digestive tract. It gets destroyed in the blood. But here's what happens. At the age of 20, your glutathione levels peak, and then it starts depleting about 10 to 15% per decade. So as you can see, by the age of 60, you've already lost half your glutathione levels as oxidative stress keeps increasing. So this is why everybody needs to upregulate the glutathione levels, because even trauma, accidents in the cells encounter, such as injuries, infections, all the disease classes. And additionally, for the athletes out there, you burn 40% of your internal glutathione levels in the first 10 minutes of aerobic exercise. That was new information for me. So here's the benefits. Higher glutathione levels are associated with an extensive number of health, performance, and anti-aging benefits. Now, how do you know what your glutathione? There is no known test to see your glutathione that is really effective, because remember, glutathione is manufactured in every single cell in your body. So here's a good way to tell. If you have low glutathione levels, you have a weak immune system. You're getting sick all the time. You have mental and physical fatigue, muscle weakness and aches. You have inflammation. I don't know anyone who doesn't have inflammation at some point in their life. Premature aging, diseases, dull and dry skin, gray hair and balding, brain fog, headaches, digestive issues, allergies, weight gain. That's pretty much everything on the chart, isn't it? So high glutathiones are exactly the opposite. This means that you have a strong immune system, you have great mental clarity and balanced information, and everything in your body recovers quicker. So that's what's really important about keeping that. Now, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. They're not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. And here is our flagship product. This is the product that we hope to see in every single household around the world. It's called NutraSwish. We're using hydrostat technology, and this product has a few ingredients: glutathione, L-cysteine, curcumin, and vitamin C. And you simply just swish it in your mouth for 30 seconds or more, like mouthwash, and swallow it. And this is what you will notice. You don't feel this. You will notice immune system strength, joint support, clean and sustained energy, and rapid recovery. And then the other part of the breakthrough, working from the outside in, where Nutrisource works from the inside out, we've got it all covered. Neumi Skin Spray. Now, this also has glutathione, L-cysteine, curcumin, and vitamin C, but it has key ingredients such as hyaluronic acid, and collagen and essential amino acids. And this reduces pore size, smooth skin texture, lifts, firms, brightens, evens tones, reduce fine lines and wrinkles, fights skin aging and pollutants. And all you do is you spray it on your skin morning and night throughout the day and let it absorb in. And now we have Neuro. Now, this is an incredible product. When this came out, I absolutely love this product. This has 14 nano-sized ingredients, including glutathione, magnesium, L-theanine, caffeine, and other nutrients, enhancing memory, improving mood, increased focus, rapid energy, and heightened cognitive performance. Now, this one is certified and endorsed by the American Brain Council, and this is an incredible product for cognition. Now we have hers. Now, this is brand new, upgraded, and this has 13 nano-sized ingredients now, including glutathione and other botanicals. Naturopaths, functional medicine doctors absolutely love this product. It was designed for women in every stage and age in their life. Okay, this helps alleviate bloating, cramps, PMS, supports healthy hormone function, helps with hot flashes, night sweats, and enhances mood and overall well-being. So we have one more product with the glutathione, and that is our Neumi Hair, 17 nano-sized ingredients, including copper peptides in this one, hair strengthening, scalp health, moisture and smoothness, heat protection, increased hair density, and wait till you see the testimonies on that. So here's the best part, the testimonies. Now, Bill Gillespie, He's a former strength and conditioning coach of the Seattle Seahawks and Liberty University. He's also an amateur weightlifter, but he's also a world record holder. And so he used another glutathione product. He broke the world record at age 49 at 804 pounds. Can you imagine that, bench pressing? He started our Neumi product at age 62 and smashed that record at 1,129 pounds. That's a new world record. And I don't know anyone at any age that can even do that. So that's incredible. Danae from Louisiana is a 34-year-old homeschooling mother of 3, and she started using hers, but she started using NutraSwish. And day 1, she found out that she had more energy. By the time she started hers, the mood swings, her bloating, breast tenderness, everything was alleviated, and PMS symptoms. Keith from Louisiana, 61 years old. He suffered for almost a year with severe discomfort in his neck and shoulder from an injury, and 48 hours after beginning to just swish in your mouth and swallow it, and he awoke really realizing that he had slept through the night. Now, anyone that's injured knows that there's a lot of problems with the sleeping issue. So this is completely amazing. And there's me a few years ago when I was in Hawaii, when I started the neuro. This is the cognitive focus, clarity, memory, and energy boosting, get ton of stuff done, Swish. And I definitely don't go a day without. I do this about 2 to 3 times a day. So anyone that knows me knows that I do have a memory issue and attention span deficit. So we have Lachlan from Melbourne, Australia. He's 24 years old, powerlifting athlete, personal trainer, and gym manager. And on week 3, his training and his recovery has increased so greatly. On week 4, he was using around and hit his personal best. So in just 4 weeks. Elaine from South Australia, she swears she didn't lose any weight, but because of the toning effect of the spray, she even looks thinner. And that was just 4 weeks time. Then we have Linda from Indonesia, and she says before using Neumi Skin, her skin was dull and rough. And just after 17 days, you can see the difference is huge. And she also reported feeling stronger and more enthusiastic from the NutraSwish. And then we have a woman from Africa in her 80s in Nigeria, and she sprayed her face 3 or 4 times a day for 4 weeks. And those are astonishing, looking at the brightness and the toning. And this is Donna from Texas. She's a smoker, and look at her neck and around her mouth. And that is just 8 weeks. Sherry from Indiana is in her 60s, and now this is now six years later, but look at how she is aging so beautiful. So here's the hair testimonies. These are incredible. Rick from Utah, you can just see the difference in 1 month, how it's filling in. And we have Jamie from Louisiana, and look at how that's all filling in, and that's 5 months. That's impressive. And then Sherry again from Indiana, and this is just amazing because she's 64 now. So look at her hair as it gets nice and smooth. Now, if you want to see these testimonies and a lot more, we have a Facebook group called Neumi, New You. So we encourage you to go there to see a bunch of testimonies. So why are we here? This is all due to our founder, Stephen K. Scott. He spent his entire life searching for breakthrough products, purchasing the rights to those products, and then he was the writer, director, and producer of the very first infomercial. He's worked with 93 celebrities. He's generated billions of dollars in sales from what he did. And then he was already ready to retire when he found this, the biggest breakthrough of his entire life. And that's why we launched Neumi on 7/7/21, right in the middle of the COVID pandemic too. And this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Aaron Rennert, our president and CEO, who's field driven, has experience and opened up now 74 countries. And we have a number of countries coming in the very near future. Now, this is something for us science people that everyone needs to take a look at. We have right on our website, you can look at our Science at Medical Advisory Board. It consists of 21 doctors and scientists from top universities all around the world who volunteer their time. I don't know about you, but I've never seen a company in any industry that has a board that volunteers their time. Why? Because this is so profound. They have seen it with their patients in their own studies, and we can go into more detail with that. But I got to personally meet Dr. Sartorius Nicolopoulos in Barcelona, and let me just tell you, he is an amazing genetic expression, and he says this is bigger than anything you could ever imagine, and it truly is, because it's normalizing the genetic expression. So here we go with the execution. Now, why a home-based business? Well, if you take a look at any of the statistics, since home-based businesses have been around, $207 billion in sales, it's up, 180 million people are involved, and Neumi, is in over 74 countries in 5 years with over 250,000 members and unparalleled compensation plan and benefits. And here's the business model that is so simple. It's zero membership fees, membership wholesale pricing. We have free business building tools, industry training, and marketing assets. If you can't make it here, I don't know where you can make it. We have 3 ways to earn weekly commissions paid up to 7 generations. We have 4 ways to earn monthly commissions on the 5th of the month and paid on all generations to infinity. This is truly a legacy business like I've never seen before. So at this part in the presentation, we're going to conclude with the power of leveraging hydrostat technology. You can get a quick return on your investment, and you can generate residual income, and that's what creates a legacy. And then you can also build your own legacy asset. So where are you? We have 3 options to get ready. If you're ready to go and get started, get back to the person who introduced this to you, and they will help you get started as a customer or a member if you want to just try the product. And or if you'd like more information, we encourage you to get back to them. Well, thank you all for